Welcome back to the program. Time to jump right into afternoon business chat. And the concept of the gap between the rich and the poor has been talked about endlessly. And today, my guest is Jürgen Nagler from the UNDP, who's basically in charge of facilitating the inclusive market and just encouraging that kind of a thought process. And they actually have a report that tries to encourage businesses, or rather corporates or profit-making entities, to contribute in poverty alleviation. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
My question would be, how exactly will you even do this?
Okay, these new approaches of business for development, it's called inclusive business models.
Right.
That basically means that corporations, entrepreneurs, small and medium enterprises, they integrated low-income people into their value chains.
Right.
What kind of value chains are we talking about? Could be in agriculture, could be energy, could be ICT or banking. And you can integrate low-income people either on the supply side, as suppliers, as employees or producers, or on the demand side as distributors and consumers.
Right. But then when you bring that, how do you tell someone who is a low-income earner? I mean, I could be a low-income earner, but I don't have the qualifications for the skill you're looking for.
Very good questions. In fact, skills and capacity building has been identified by the report as one of the 4 key areas to make inclusive business happening in Kenya as well as Africa.
Right.
So inclusive business models, they act as a bridge builder between these low-income people and already functioning companies. So that an example might well be that a lead firm who wants to buy further inputs from farmers here in Nairobi goes to rural areas, helps organizing farmers and builds their capacity.
Right. Nagler, this is a duty that should have been done by government, trying to alleviate poverty. Are there, and that's a question that should come from most business people probably watching, are there any tax breaks if I'm involved in inclusive business?
Look, history has shown that governments alone can't do it.
Right.
Everyone has a role to play. Therefore, we call it an ecosystem approach.
Right.
It means it's a system where each of the stakeholders has a role to play.
Right.
The low-income people need to advance the skills.
Right.
The entrepreneurs, they need to be innovative, building the bridge between the different parties. Governments have a clear role on infrastructure, regulatory environment, and of course the bigger companies have a role to play as well. So each stakeholder has a specific role to play.
Right. Where else has this concept worked? Because it's fairly new in Kenya, it's fairly new to most business and entrepreneurs in Africa. Where has it worked, and how can business people get to learn how exactly to implement this?
While inclusive business models sounds like a very new concept, in fact it's based on a lot of existing experiences in Africa globally. Philanthropy and charity has been around for decades. Then the concept of corporate social responsibility is well known to business people. Inclusive business takes it one step further, of really bringing the integration of low-income people closer to core business. The report features many successful cases from Kenya and Africa. It's accessible online, so businesses that are interested can well inform themselves and be inspired.
And of course, this is in chasing up to meet up the MDGs on poverty?
Absolutely. We are still in the race, less than 1,000 days until the MDGs. And the UN is already drafting the next set of development goals, and the private sector is identified as a key player in that.
Right, and of course that MDG discussion will be a discussion for another day, but many thanks for making time to be here on the news desk. Now you know what can be done to bridge this gap between the poor and the rich. That's on our afternoon business chat. Edith?